Hello everybody. This is should be video number 12 in the series of making a video every day with one helpful life advice and or tip. And I was thinking about what to make this video of. I couldn't really decide, to be honest, but so I thought to myself, if I was a teenager, if I was 16, 17, 18 years old again, what would I tell myself? And this is just something that came to mind because we already talked about school, right? And we talked about you not having to break your back for school, making sure that you take care of your sleep, you take care of your your mental well-being. Just because you get a C or a D, it's not the end of the world. And in the grand scheme of things, it's probably not going to be that important. I know the parents are going to hate me saying that, but that's okay. I'm just telling you the truth because I saw a lot of kids losing sleep, losing their health, losing their eating habits. They were eating a lot of junk food, literally killing themselves for a grade. And I just didn't think that was right. I started to see that there was a problem when it got to that level, right? That doesn't mean that that's happening to you, but I was in those advanced classes, and those kids were spending a lot of time doing that. Actually, now that I think about it, I'm gonna bring this up. This is I'll save what I was just thinking about for tomorrow. Okay, tip number 12, life tip number 12 is I want you to know that you're equal. You are equal to anyone else and everyone else. You are no worse and no better than anyone else in terms of value, okay? In terms of what you're valued as a human being. The reason why I bring that up is because I want you to understand that these kids who get the good grades, who are at the top of their class, well, I want you to know that you can do it too. And I'm not BSing you. I'm not joshing you. I'm telling you facts. The reason why that's a fact is because these kids who are at the top of their class are getting the best grades. Well, guess what, my man or my woman or whoever's listening? They're also spending 5, 6, 7, 8 hours a day studying, sometimes more, sometimes a little bit less. And maybe they studied really hard the year before, so they learned some things. They went to summer school. There's so much that you don't know about the work that they're doing behind the scenes. Most kids, in fact, I would say more than 95% of them, they're not gifted. They're not really talented. They've just put in more work than you have, which is why they get to have the better grades. And they've done it for a prolonged period of time, so perhaps they also know how to learn faster. They've developed the skills of studying, of retaining information, but that's happened through years. It's not like they just all of a sudden became Picassos and Albert Einsteins. And even Einstein himself said, he said, and really think about this, he said, it's not that I'm smarter than anyone else. This is the smartest man in the world telling you. It's not that he's smarter than anyone else. It's just that he sticks to problems longer, okay? Which means he's putting in more time. So I guess what I'm trying to tell you is don't be so hard on yourself, and know that you're capable and you can. If you were outworking them, putting in more hours than them, I bet you that sooner or later that hard work pay off and you start rising through the ranks too, okay? In terms of studying or career, whatever it is. Just know that they're not any more gifted. They're not any more special. They're just like you and I. It just happens to be that they happen to be putting in more hours in their studies, while maybe you spend more time doing athletics, maybe you're partying, whatever it is, you know. And the next tip is gonna relate to the partying and that kind of stuff, and to the cool scene, but I'll save that for tomorrow. But for today, I want you to understand that these kids, and I'm telling you, I went to high school with kids that went to Yale, that went to Harvard, that went to Columbia University. These were my friends, you know. These were people that I hung out with. These were people that actually I took classes with, right? They weren't any better than you and I. They just happened to put their face into a book for a longer period of time, which is why they were able to, you know, get the better grades. So just keep that in mind. Just know that you can. I'm not necessarily saying that that should be your path, but I really need you to internalize that these other folks, these other kids, parents, whoever it is, they're really not anything better and or more special than you. And that's just the truth, okay? So don't feel discouraged. Don't feel like, you know, if you have a learning disability, like that's gonna be a big hindrance, because I know that if you believe in yourself, if you start using these tips, right? If you're disciplined, if you work hard, you know, work smart, you start doing all these things, you're gonna have the same results. Maybe you may even outperform them, just because you have more of a want and a will to do so, okay? So going back to what I said earlier, believe in yourself, you know, your will is a really powerful thing. And know that everyone else is, even if they look or seem like they're doing better, as a value of a person, they're not any better, they're not any worse than you. So value yourself, and don't see as people being necessarily above you, you know. Understand that you can learn from them, but don't ever think that they're any more special than you are, because you're capable of doing anything you set your mind to. Anyways, this was kind of a long one, so I'm gonna go. Peace.